congratulations. And when did you find out that you were getting this call?
I found out on Friday before our Houston game. But yeah, just try to keep it cool.
What were the emotions like when you found it? I mean, getting a senior national team call up for Mexico at 19.
Yeah, I mean, I say this, but I don't really mean it. I felt like I completed my career, you know, like just getting the call up and knowing that I'm gonna be there. I mean, it just felt like I made it, kind of. But I know I also have a long way to go, so I have to stay humble and strive for more. But yeah, it was really, you know, probably the biggest moment in my career so far, I would say.
Does it add anything to it that you guys would be playing the United States in Mexico?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, the rival, you know, the biggest rival that Mexico has, and playing in Mexico and in our stadium, in our country. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to play, but just sitting in the stands and living that game, you know, from the bench, seeing how they manage those games is going to be a great experience for me, and I'm super excited and looking forward to it.
You said you finished one chapter. What does the next chapter look like for you? How do you sound prepared for it?
I mean, I try not to think too much, you know, too far ahead. I like to live in the moment, but you know, a lot of exciting things. You know, my first call with the national team. Hopefully, the beginning of, you know, a long career with the national team, playing World Cups, important games. You know, Gold Cups, Nations League, whatever tournaments we have to play. Hopefully, I'm being there and being a big part of that team. You know, being so young and having this opportunity, I can't waste it. And you know, I think people expect a lot from a young guy, especially if he's getting called up such a young age, and you know, having that responsibility, people are expecting a lot from me. So I hope to live up to that.
David, you played a little bit here, goal, but more defensive. What's helped your Sounder experience get you to the call up? The technical side.
I think all the coaches have helped me a lot. Schmetz, Preki, Freddie, you know, Gonzo when he was here. You know, Preki works a lot with my attacking aspect and my tactical understanding of the game, and he's really helped me develop that part of my game a lot, you know. And you know, I think Spencer and Wade have played a big role in my development as well. The way that they, you know, simple things when I watch video, like phrases that they say, they stick with me. You know, believe it or not, they say it might sound cliche or like, you know, some guys may laugh at it, but for me, it's stuck with me, and something I, you know, really learned from them. And I think just having the minutes, the opportunity to play. I think young guys all over the world, all they need to do is just play games. And Sounders has given me the opportunity to play day in, day out, important games, not just any games, friendlies. You know, I've been playing, you know, Leagues Cup knockout. I played Champions League. You know, a lot of MLS games against big teams. So that's probably the most important thing.
You obviously have a little bit of positional flexibility. Have the Mexican coaches at all told you how they plan on using you in their?
I haven't spoken a lot with how they plan on using me, but you know, wherever they put me, I'm going to do my best.
And then specifically members on that roster, as you kind of look at who they called up, who are you looking forward to playing with and playing against in trainings?
I'm excited to play with Ochoa. He's such a legend for Mexico. You know, Raul Jimenez. He's in the Premier League. You know, one of the top goal scorers for Mexico. So you know, those players, just I'm very excited to see how they manage themselves day in, day out.
You know, it was only, I guess, maybe 6 months ago, maybe even less, that you actually made the switch. Were you surprised that you got the senior call this quickly?
Honestly, yes. I'm very surprised. I wasn't expecting it. But I think it's just testament to my hard work and dedication every day.
That big picture for this club, how much does everybody realize how important the next 5 days are in the next two matches for the regular season, your placement in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, we're hopefully looking to get in third, second, wherever we can, as high as we can, and these two games are crucial. They're going to be two road games, so it's going to be difficult. We're going to have to grind it out, but I think we're ready for that. The team's very, very united, so hopefully we'll get two big results.
You guys are unbeaten in your last four. What have you liked from your team in sort of like the last run and play?
I think defensively, even though we gave up that goal against San Jose in the last minute, I think we've been solid. And I think things have started to click for us. I think the team is all on one page. We still have, you know, a few things to work out. How do we close out games? You know, that's something we worked on, because sometimes if we're not all on the same page, it can go how it went against San Jose. So getting better at that will you know, push us over the edge to be able to get 3 points in the majority of our games.
You know, the Cascadia Cup has some weight to it, but this year these two Cascadia Cup games you have coming up are really going to be pretty big in terms of determining playoff seeding. Does that change at all the way you approach these games?
I mean, I think just anytime we play Vancouver and Portland, we have that extra edge, you know. I don't know how we're doing in the standings for Cascadia, but
you can win it if you win both.
We want to win every game, and especially against those two. So I think it does add a little bit more.
You mentioned about closing out games. Going back to Vancouver earlier this year, here was an example of that. What do you remember from that game in terms of how Vancouver plays and how you can hold on to them late this time?
I think we know how Vancouver plays. I think we played them long enough that they have switched a little bit formation. We've seen a little bit on video how they switched into a 4-3-3, so ready for that. But yeah, closing out the game is something not just in Vancouver, but San Jose and I think RSL as well. We've learned, you know, so we can't just sit back too deep. We can't just allow the team to have the ball. Sometimes we need to, you know, finish the game with possession, score that second goal, and if it means defending well, then we all have to be, you know, focused for however long the 90 minutes that are left, so we don't concede that goal. So hopefully, I mean, the idea would just win the game 2-3-0 and be done, but it can't happen every game. So.
Obed, tu primera convocatoria, ¿qué significa para ti? ¿Qué sientes el hecho de que te convocó México finalmente?
Es un sueño hecho realidad. Es para mí el momento más importante en mi carrera, por lo que significa por mi familia, para mi familia, toda mi familia en México está cerca. Y nada, seguir esforzándome, y es una oportunidad que tengo que aprovechar, entonces tengo que mentalizarme de la manera correcta para no dejar esta oportunidad irse.
¿Quién se comunicó contigo? ¿Cómo fue esa comunicación con la selección?
Pues ellos se comunican con el club y ya el club me informa. También hablo con el coordinador que compra mi boleto, pero la mayoría del contacto es con el club y luego el club conmigo.
¿Qué tanto tuvo que ver tu última participación con la selección? ¿Alguna comunicación en general que tuvieron?
Bueno, tuve un entrenamiento con el primer equipo y hablé poco con los entrenadores y me vieron un poco. No sé si les gustó lo que vieron en ese entrenamiento. La verdad no estoy muy enterado de por qué me llamaron. Yo pienso que es por el esfuerzo y lo que he hecho dentro del campo en mi club y lo que hice en ese campamento. Obviamente no fue mucho tiempo que estuve con el primer equipo, pero ese poco tiempo espero haber enseñado al entrenador que puedo estar ahí.
¿Cómo fue el momento con tu familia? ¿Qué se dijo tu papá que siempre está tan involucrado en tu vida?
Pues ellos ya tienen sus boletos para irse a ver los dos partidos, no importa si juego o no, pero es un orgullo muy grande para ellos y no se lo pueden perder, entonces soy muy feliz.